Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's pick a card reading, our topic is your future self has an exciting message for you. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps below, which will take you directly to your reading. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that's the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, please know that that is not me. All right, your future self has an exciting message for you. Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Pile number 1, you have Navigate, and number 40, you also have the Amethyst. Pile number 2, you have Forge, and it's number 5, and you have the Selenite crystal. Pile number 3, you have Momentum, number 7, and you also have the Prehnite crystal. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Amethyst, and your card is number 40, and it also says Navigate. Now, this is interesting because we're looking at your future self has an exciting message for you. So when I look at this card, I get the feeling that there is some sort of change that you will be making in your life. However, when you first start thinking about making this change, you won't understand all the details. You won't have like a complete understanding of what that change looks like. You will just feel and sense that a change is upon you, that it's time to do something different in your life, to make a change in your life. Because do you see how it's really foggy? Okay. Now, the important message about the fog here, your future self wants you to know that, first of all, don't let that stop you from moving forward, okay? Because it's not always going to be so foggy. And so the fog is going to lift, but while that fog is still there, while you're still trying to figure things out, you're going to be divinely guided. You see the lighthouse here providing light, and then the light here on this little boat here, okay? And there's even a light inside the boat, if you can see right there, okay? And even light up here, okay? So it's really foggy here, but look at all the light that you have. You have a map down here, you have a compass or two down here. So your future self wants you to know that you're going to be divinely guided along the way, and you're going right into your destiny. You're going into a phase in your life where you are absolutely meant to be at this particular time. Now, it is going to take, or it is going to require that you take a leap of faith and you kind of just trust in the universe and trust that your intuition in combination with the universe will help guide you to where you're going. And also, very important, your future self wants you to know that any difficulties that you encounter, okay, when you encounter any difficulties with trying to get this moving in your life, certain things are going to magically appear in your life, like this compass or the compass in the map, that help navigate you through any difficulties. So people, places, things, signs, synchronicities are going to show up so that you know exactly where to go next to get to where you're going. You have the tools to get there, Okay. Now, not only do you have these two oars here in the boat. I don't know if you can quite make those out, but there's two oars here. You have the lights, you have a compass, you have a map, you have your intuition, you know, the universe helping to guide you to where you're going. So your future self wants you to know that you do arrive, okay? You do figure everything out, and I'm getting like such this sense of excitement with what is waiting for you when you get to where you want to go. All right, what else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? Pile number 1's future self. Okay. Yes, okay, congrats on the feature, babe, is what that says. Number 28, all eyes on you. It girl. So what is happening here is you are winning something, you're accomplishing something, and didn't I just tell you that you're going to, I mean, I said something along the lines of you accomplishing exactly what you set out to accomplish. And not only that, but people celebrate you. Wherever you're going, this journey is celebrated. You are celebrated. I'm feeling like there's nothing that can get in your way. And this is something, I feel this is something that you have great passion for. Something is guiding you. I feel like there's almost like this magnetic pull toward a location, toward a career, toward a new place to live, toward a certain group of people, or, you know, whatever it is. You're feeling that, you're getting that kind of nagging feeling of, oh, I need to make these changes in my life. I want to, you know, accomplish this or that. That's like your destiny pulling you along saying, hey, you know, listen to that and move forward. Because, oh, this one wants to come out too, because this is where your destiny lies. Like there's something very important waiting for you. All right, so we have deep knowing. Is this not what I was just saying? It's number 3, deep knowing. And look at, there's a butterfly here. So deep within, oh, actually there's several. They're all around. Yeah, and then this one. Ooh, so you know what that tells me? So you have all these butterflies around here, and then there's the bigger one right here. That is showing me that energy I was talking about where you're feeling that pull. Something is like grabbing your attention and saying, hey, you know, go in this direction. And what's interesting is you have the boat here, okay? You have a wheelchair here, and here you have, it looks like a subway system. So there's so much like movement that's going on in your life, and your future self says, don't be afraid of that movement, just go with it. And then you have this big butterfly here. So I feel this is your future self showing you that these little ideas that you have here, these plans that you have here, culminate into something much, much bigger, which is this bigger butterfly here. So yeah, you have a deep knowing about where you're supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing. Now, you may not have all of the details yet, and you may have a little bit of a fear about that. That's why it's going to require you to take a leap of faith. But your future self is so happy, is telling me that you're going to love where you end up, and you're going to love this transformation. So we have undress. Okay, so this is really interesting. It's number 12. What this card tells me is that you're following your heart. Okay, I feel that with undress, you're kind of, I feel that you did a lot of kind of like introspection or trying to figure out what is this pulling, like what is this energy that I'm feeling, and also like what is in my heart, what do I want in my life. And I feel like, you know, I love that this comes after deep knowing, because it's deep knowing what's in your heart, a deep knowing of like where your destiny lies. And so I feel that you're either pursuing an idea, a plan, something like that, that's related to like a life purpose, your life purpose, or you're being pulled in a certain direction. Like let's say, just for instance, that you feel like you have to move to a particular city or state or country, and you don't know why, but you just kind of go with it, and then you move there, and all of a sudden your destiny unfolds right in front of your eyes, because then you find your dream job, then you find out what you're supposed to be doing, what your purpose in life is. So that's what I'm saying, with the undress and the heart here. There's something going on in your mind where you're coming to some sort of realization that you want to make a change in your life, and your future self is saying, yes, you don't have that feeling just, because it's truly the universe trying to direct you and trying to guide you into this beautiful, amazing future that is there waiting for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? What does pile number 1's future self want to say today? Okay. Ooh, I love this. So you have 444 in protection. Oh, and also your first card is number 40. So that's another 4. That's really amazing. So 444, you're protected. And remember also with your first card here, I pointed out that you have the oars, you have the lights everywhere, you have a map, you have a compass. So even when these waters here get a little bit choppy and things get a little bit scary for you, you're protected. You are divinely protected as you go forward. And yes, it's okay if you don't have the whole entire plan together right now. What's important is that you listen to your intuition. And look at how bright this center is right here. Do you see how you're being divinely guided? And I feel also with 444, if you start seeing, especially number 444, listen to that. What is the universe trying to tell you? What is your future self trying to tell you? Because it is directly linked to where the universe and your future self are trying to navigate you as you move forward. Okay, let's see your next card. Ooh, we have another 4. Okay, so 413 and synergy. Yeah, you're being guided into a place in your life where everything is going to come together. And not just that, but as you move forward, your future self really wants you to know that something exciting that's going to happen as you decide that whatever this deep knowing is and you start to follow your heart. Okay, you're going to see all of these things happening in your life that kind of connect the dots. Okay, and what I mean by that is certain people, places, and things are going to come into your life that get you. So like, let's say you're going along and you get to this point here and you're like, okay, I'm going to sit here for a minute and hang out. This is like metaphorically speaking, right? And then something comes in to your orbit here, which then you know what the next step is. It's like, okay, that happened. I know that's a sign. I know now that it's time for me to move forward to, plan or phase B, or, to the next part of my plan, or you get, divinely inspired, or you just get information that you needed. So things are going to come together in a very synergistic way. What else can you tell us? Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 1? Let's go ahead and start with this card. I'm going to take them from the bottom up. So we have the 4 of Swords. Ooh, this is interesting. Look at, can you see that? Okay, I think now you can see it. So this is like the third eye, and look at this like beam of light, this beam of energy that's coming over those swords. That is really, really cool to me. So what this is telling me is that you want to listen to your intuition. It is so important for you to listen to your intuition and follow this, this energy, this pulling that is like calling you, whatever's calling you. I'm feeling for some of you right now, you might not know what your purpose is in life. You might not know a particular direction in your life. And if that's the case, what Spirit is saying is that this exciting message that's coming in for you is that you're going to figure it out. You're going to know exactly where you're supposed to be going. And then you're going to start taking these steps here to get to where you want to go, because I feel like on the other side of this window here is an opportunity. I feel like this is where you're going to be navigating to, okay? And also, another thing that's really exciting that I'm picking up here is that everything's going to come together. Like the way that everything comes together with this particular idea is very, very exciting. It's like you have this initial thought, this initial idea, and then your future self is saying you don't need to rush into anything, okay? Divine timing is at play here. And when the time is right, there's going to be no doubt about it. You're going to know when the right time to take action is. And it's going to be very, very exciting. And also, the pieces of the puzzle are going to start just falling into place and falling into line for you. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands. And it's, I mean, look at how happy this person is. The excitement going on here, making a plan, looking forward to things. I feel like this is truly your future self showing you how exciting this is. And it's something that you have great passion for. Okay, so first of all, it's exciting because you're finding your purpose. It's exciting because you're living your purpose. You're in the moment. You're doing exactly what you set out to do right here. So I feel that some of you are in different stages of this process in your life, because this is a general reading. So I feel some of you are kind of in a place where you haven't figured it out yet, but you're going to have this flash of inspiration fairly soon, almost like a light bulb goes off and you're like, oh my gosh, I just figured everything out. And I feel like it's not that far away. Others of you had that flash of inspiration and you haven't taken that leap of faith yet. However, there's movement in your cards. Remember, your first 3 cards here are showing movement. So regardless of where you are in this whole process, that movement can mean a couple different things. That can mean that you're literally starting to move into this new dream that you have, this, following your destiny. It can also mean that that movement is that you're getting very, very close to that spark, to that idea. And this is your future self here. So what's exciting also about your future is that I feel that you become very, very grounded in who you're supposed to be. You become very comfortable with who you are. There's also a great sense of confidence, and you may already have that, but it's you become more confident. Like you know that you made the right decision. You know that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And you're very, very successful. The universe is just showering you with blessing after blessing after blessing. And you have like everything that you need to pursue this. It just kind of falls into place. Everything just lines up for you. The Empress card, wow. Like I said, this is your future self right here. You are the Queen of Wands. You are the Empress. And it doesn't matter what gender, it doesn't matter what gender we see on the cards here. We're just looking at energy. So this is you. This is your energy. You're winning. You're so successful. You're very, very comfortable. You have everything that you've ever desired. This over here, this was just an idea. This was like you took a leap of faith. You said, well, I hope this works. And here it has worked. You're so successful. You're very, very successful. If anyone watching is worried about finances, like let's say you're going to take a leap of faith and move somewhere completely new, all you have is, some savings and whatever you packed up and you just took off and you went there. Okay. And you're wondering like, well, I hope I find a job, or I hope that my passion leads to a money-making opportunity for me. Have no fear. Financially, you're going to be fine. Like you're going to be great financially. You will be very comfortable. Okay. And you emotionally, you're going to feel very, very happy. You're going to feel very balanced, very grounded. very inspired, very fulfilled, all of these things. Wow, no wonder these cards fell out of the deck. So here you have the Nine of Cups. We're talking about success here, okay? Do you see what's happening with these first 4 tarot cards here? Over here with the Four of Swords, remember I showed you how there's this ray coming out of the third eye chakra here. You're listening to your intuition, you're being divinely guided, and look at where it is leading you, okay? I feel this is something that you're accomplishing on your own, not that you won't have help along the way. When I say you're accomplishing it on your own, it's like something that you needed to do for yourself, something you needed to do for your soul. There might be people in your life over here that are like, what are you doing? This doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't matter, that they can think that all they want. What is important is that you know that you're on a path. You know, you have this deep knowing, you're following your heart. And by following your heart, you're putting all of this passion into something. And you're very successful. Look at the fruit back here in these bowls. Look at these cups. And remember I was talking about confidence? Look at how confident this person is. And I feel like there's multiple phases of wherever you end up. And because here with the Queen of Wands, it's like you're expanding. Whatever this is, there's expansion, there's growth. And there's just incredible, incredible success. You have the Four of Wands. So you're building something. So you could be building multiple different things. You could be building a great community around you. Let's say you start a new business. Remember, all eyes are on you. Maybe you're pursuing a craft that you have, a certain skill that you have. You're going to get noticed for that, okay? And as you go forward, you're building, like, if it's a business, you're building a very, very sturdy business that's going to last a very, very long time. You're building a community of people. So that could be, you know, a customer base. If you have a business, this could be if you move somewhere. You're developing, you know, a great community of friends and a work environment, things like that. So another thing that your future self wants me to tell you is slow and steady wins here. Like, you don't need to rush into anything. Everything has a divine plan, a divine time in this process that you're going through. Nothing can miss you. You know what I mean? So if at some point in time you feel like, oh no, I wanted to get this going like 2 weeks ago, don't worry about that, okay? Certain things are going to happen in your life where you may see delays along the way. Don't worry about that. There are going to be little things that pop up on your path that are put there so that you have to take a little detour, or so that you have to pause and wait for a minute to, you know, come up with a better idea, or to see how something better would fit right there, or to wait for a connection to happen, something like that. So have no fear about anything like that. Yeah. This Page of Swords, I just love, especially in your particular reading right here. This, you know, with the arrow, with the confidence, the determination, this is what you're doing here with the Navigate card. You have an idea and you're going forward with it, and nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to stop you from going forward with this idea. You have a great, great idea. And the thing is, you don't have all, when you first start this, you don't have all of the information right here, but that's okay. Because what's going to happen, I think I said this earlier, as you go along, that information is just going to pop up in random places, just like these numbers, like the number 4s, okay, are going to start popping up. And you're going to, like, especially like, let's say if you get to a point where you get so far along in this plan, or, you know, with your destiny, your path forward. And then you're saying, okay, I feel like I should pause for a minute and, you know, figure out what my next move is. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to pause for a minute, and then you're going to start to get signs. You're going to start to see synchronicities. People are going to come into your life, people, places, and things. And then you're going to say, okay, that's it. I got it. Now I'm ready to move on to the next part. You know, and that's like metaphorically speaking, it could be literal for some of you, but that's what I'm seeing with this Page of Swords. And it's just a really, really exciting time in your life and so much success coming with it. And part of the reason why you're getting that success is because you're following your heart. You're starting something new, like a new phase, a new cycle, a new world for you, for some of you. The Eight of Pentacles, yeah. I feel that you're just pursuing something that you have this great ability, this great talent or skill to just like make it happen. Let me see. Can you see that? Let's move these up just a little bit so you can see. Yeah, it's like, if some of you have like a skill or a talent, especially with all eyes on you here, some of you have some unique way of doing things. So for some of you, this might be something completely different or something complete like that hasn't been done before. And then others of you have like a different perspective on how to do the same thing differently. If it's like a talent or a skill, you stand out. This is something that I really feel this has something to do with career, or it will lead into a new career. What I mean by that, I believe I said earlier, let's say for instance that you're going to pick up and move somewhere new, and you may have had the plan of continuing your career, your current career, when you move there. But when you get there, these new opportunities for work come up, and then all of a sudden you realize like this passion that you didn't know you had before, and that is part of your destiny. For others of you, you already have this passion and you're trying to figure out how to make money doing this, and you will. Okay. For either scenario, what happens is it's this slow, steady progress. Remember, I told you it's like a moderate pace, and you are perfecting what you're doing. All the details are being perfected, and it's coming to a point where you become like a master. You are like very, very skilled, very talented with something. You're getting noticed for that. And also you have great passion for this. So you love what you're doing. And then from there, that's where the success follows. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, absolutely. This is confirmation what I said. Don't be afraid to pause and look at things and sit still for a minute, because you will know when it's time to continue moving forward. It's a slow and steady build here. So again, remember earlier I talked about finances, slow and steady with the finances. It may be a slow start, but you will have enough money to keep you going as you're pursuing this dream that you have, as you're pursuing this new life that you have. And everything will be provided for you. Okay. I mean, you know, with your hard work, of course, but I can see that you're a very hard worker. You're very determined, very passionate about this. But you see here, we have the sun here. We have some clouds also. You know, you need both of those to grow these plants here. You have really good soil, you have water, and your intuition, and also your intellect. Like intellectually, you are able to navigate everything that's going on here. Yeah, look at that. You have the Strength card. I love the Strength card because of all the animals. It's not just the lion. You have all of these other animals around here, or around you. And so what that is telling me is that, first of all, your intuition is on point, okay? You're being divinely guided, so listen to that. The other thing that is very exciting about this card are the amazing souls that you meet along the way. I feel that you meet people in your soul group. I feel you're meeting your soul tribe. I feel that you, like, the people, places, and things that come into your life are very loyal. They're very supportive of you. And also, this particular Strength card in your particular reading is showing me that if you have a business, if you're offering a service, if you have a special talent, anything like that, you will have a very loyal fan base, a very loyal customer base, you know, however you want to word it. Very, very loyal. And I feel that word of mouth really, really helps you a lot to get this success. And it's because of your aura. It's because of your energy. It's because of how you carry yourself. People really, really love that energy about you. And look at what I was just saying. And then we get the 10 of Cups. So, you know, especially this particular 10 of Cups, it's like you have this support around you. You have people who believe in what you're doing. You have this great friend group. You're so emotionally supported, and you feel all this emotional abundance, okay, as you go forward. There's so many exciting things going on here because I feel like you're meeting very important people along the way. Very, very, very close friendships are being formed as you go through this journey. You know, there's also with this Strength card here, going back to that for a minute, you're so protected. Remember your protection card up here? You're so protected with, like, people around you are gonna like protect you, but you're also insulated from anything that, like, if you have a fear like, oh no, what could go wrong, or what if something goes terribly wrong, you're insulated from something going terribly wrong. Now, like I said earlier, you may have little things that come up that you have to navigate that, you know, could be a little bit difficult, but that's not something going wrong, okay? You are protected from, like, your worst fear, okay? That's not gonna happen. Oh my gosh, look at what I just said. So the 9 of Swords is like your worst fear, okay? And that it does not come true. So your worst fear is not going to happen. And the reason why is because exactly what I just said, okay? So your future self says, put those fears aside. There's nothing like this to worry about, okay? This is such an exciting journey for you, and you're going to be so incredibly successful as you go forward. Successful in multiple different areas. So financially, you're going to be successful. Emotionally, you're going to have a lot of satisfaction, fulfillment in a lot of different areas. I feel that this is somehow connected to work, or like where you're moving, where you're living. So you have like this emotional abundance from that. Like you feel fulfilled on multiple levels. You're meeting amazing people along the way. I feel like you're creatively abundant, okay? And just everything just seems to flow for you. It's amazing. It's exciting. It's a really, really, really cool feeling. The Emperor, wow. So you have the Empress and the Emperor. Okay. This is so powerful. Can you see that? Yes. Okay. Remember how we started? We started with navigate over here, where you have this idea, but I feel like the idea isn't completely formed because of all the fog. And also because you have the map and compass down here and the oars. And also the water, like the water is going to help navigate you as well. Okay. Now what's happening with the Emperor card is that once you get going, once you take that leap of faith, you're going to figure out things as you go. And then there's going to come a point with the Emperor card here where everything comes into view. Almost like this undressed card where it looks like they're taking an x-ray. And before they took the x-ray, you couldn't see the heart. But now that they took the x-ray, you can see the heart. And that's what I'm saying. Like, as you navigate forward, all of a sudden everything clicks together and you see fully this plan. You see the path, you see where you're going, and then there's no stopping you. I mean, there's truly no stopping you. And it's really, truly exciting, especially because this Emperor is right below the Page of Swords. Remember I said you have this idea here and you have the bow and arrow? There's no stopping you. And this right, it doesn't end here, okay? You have the Queen of Wands, the Empress, the Emperor. There's more to come after this. So there's a lot going on even beyond this. It's very exciting that your future self isn't revealing to you yet. but I get a sense that it has something to do with something about your home life. So maybe like domestically, it could be with a relationship, it could be with where you're living, it could be how you're buying the home of your dreams, you're moving to your dream location. I'm seeing the ocean for some of you. So yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I truly wish you so much luck going forward. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Selenite crystal, and your card is number 5, and Forge. I feel that you are about to go through a huge transformation. I feel like you're going through, or will be going through, a glow up, and your future self is saying that this glow up is going to be very, very exciting, and you're gonna love all of the changes that come about from this glow up. Your future self is also saying that there seem to be a lot of small steps or something like that that will lead to like a bigger change in your life. So like small steps and small progress, all of a sudden one day you wake up and you can see how all of that hard work is paying off. And it's very, very exciting because I guess you can't see the whole picture right now, but when you can see the whole picture, it's like everything comes together, and your future self is just showing me like this progression that you go through and this glow up that you go through and all of these different stages and phases. And then all of a sudden they're showing me like this bigger picture of something that you've been working on. And it's just this really, really amazing accomplishment. So your future self wants you to know that as you go forward. Know that all of this hard work that you're putting into something, it's like it has a purpose, right? And you're going to get to the other side of all of this hard work, and it's going to be so worth it once you get to the other side. And your future self is also showing me that this is something that you have a great passion for, and that the time is now. The time is like, now is the perfect time to get started with this idea that you have. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? What does your future self want to tell you? What is this exciting news? Okay, these 2 cards wanted to come out. Let's see what we have. Ooh, you have number 2 in manifest. I love this for you. So if you want to know what these say, it says, I choose courage. That makes sense. I am love. My voice matters. Abundance finds me. I feel that there's something that you don't currently know. What does your future self want to say about that? What is this that pile number 2 doesn't know yet? But okay. Oh, that's, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Do you see how there's like, this is either a picture or a window here? And remember I told you like all these little pieces that you're working on are going to come together into like this bigger culmination of this picture that you can't see yet? That's what they're showing me. Okay, now it all makes sense. Okay, so what they're saying is that what you're manifesting is going to turn out bigger and better than what you had initially thought of. So your future self is saying, if you're the type of person who manifests or visualizes or anything like that, or just your hard work itself will manifest this dream, okay? Dream bigger than what you're already dreaming, because whatever this is, I feel like something could go global. I feel something, it has huge potential with whatever you're working on here. And that's why it's so exciting, because there's certain elements or certain things that you can't see yet that make it that much bigger. And then we have individuality, number 53. So your future self wants you to know, first of all, the time is now. Do you see that there's a walk sign here? Like it's time for you to go. Oh, and look, there's steps. Oh my gosh. Look at the steps. Remember I was talking about how you take these little steps and then it culminates into this bigger picture of things. So, and you have that walk sign there. So the time is now to go forward with something. Doing something I feel that is like you're creating something that is your own. I feel that you could quite possibly be your own boss. You could be creating a company, a business, going forward with some idea that you have that is your idea, right? And that's why you are creating something here. You're going through this big glow up. But there's something also about, like, let's say for instance, if you have a product or a service, there's going to be something about your product or the way you deliver this service that's going to be very different from the way other people do it. And your future self is saying, like, this is a great idea that you have. You have something that other people don't have, and to go forward with it, to pursue this, because it's going to bring you abundance, great success. And it's going to be very, very exciting because it's something that either you have to offer or something that you're creating. And it's like coming from your heart. It's coming from your own mind. And that's why it's even that much more exciting, because it's a piece of you. And it's really cool, whatever it is that you're doing. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? Okay, here's your cards. Ooh, you have 555 and change. Ooh, okay, so first of all, remember your first card is number 5. Here you have 53, so 5 there, and then 555. And look at how vibrant that card is. Do you see how these two cards, like the color scheme really matches? And remember I said this right here is your glow up. Well, I don't know if I pointed that out, but that's why I was talking about you having a glow up. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, this is like a glow up that you're going to be having in your life. So you're going through this huge metamorphosis, I feel like, this huge change. And it's an exciting change. There might be a little bit of fear attached to it just because it's something new, something that you're creating. There could be a fear of, you know, what if I put myself out there? What if I start this business and it doesn't take off? But your future self is saying that's just a fear that you have. That is not going to happen. We have 616 in sanctuary. I feel like you're creating a world for yourself where, like, you're the boss. You say what happens. You create the rules. So I feel that you're manifesting the life that you've always wanted. You're manifesting a very comfortable life for yourself, in the sense of, I see finances coming in. I see that you have control over your schedule, over the way that you like book things in your life. Yeah, you seem to be like the boss of your life. So this could be where you're starting a company. This could be where you're making money doing something that you absolutely love, like turning a hobby into a career. You could be an executive at a company where you have the ability to, you know, for the most part, make your own schedule. And you seem to have a sense of flexibility where if you need to take off work earlier, if you need to go in later, you have that ability, even if you're working for someone else, because you would be at like a higher level. Or this could be a job where you're traveling, and so you have freedom of movement in that sense. So it could be literal or it could be more metaphorical, this like freedom of movement. Whatever it is, your future self says that you have so many exciting things in the future for you. And it's truly what you're creating, this change that you're creating is this sanctuary. And every time I look at this card and actually look at the word sanctuary, I keep seeing your home. I keep seeing you have everything that you want in your home. And how do you get that? Partly from money. You have the money to create the home that you want. You have the money to, access the things that you want in your home. You have the money to live where you want to live. But it also has something to do with your work environment, where you work, you really enjoy what you're doing. You love the people that you're around. You love the people you interact with. Yeah, so it just seems like your whole life becomes kind of the sanctuary that you created on your own. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? What does pile number 2's future self want to say about this exciting news? Pile number 2. The Chariot. Wow. So listen to your intuition as you go forward. Your intuition is going to guide you going forward. You're putting in a tremendous amount of hard work into something. You have a dream, you have a vision, and your future self is saying, again, something about the timing of everything. Like, this is the time to start working on this. Okay, this is the time for change. That doesn't mean that you have to just dive right in tomorrow with huge change. Now, because your future self wanted to make sure that I'm clear about what I mean by diving in tomorrow or not diving in tomorrow. Your future self is saying, as soon as possible, start making plans. This doesn't mean that you have to, take that full leap of faith tomorrow, but tomorrow is the time to start making plans for your big jump into this new future. Does that make sense? It's going to be a lot of hard work. We can see that in your very first oracle card. We can see that with the Chariot. However, that hard work is going to help manifest exactly what you want, which part of what you want, I feel, is security, like financial security, job security. And the job security could be, if you're starting your own business, it could be if you're working for someone else. But it's also freedom of movement, because I'm getting this sense of wanting to be free, especially with the butterfly here and with the Chariot, like kind of representing movement. You want freedom to I'm just going to call it, you want freedom with your time and your schedule. And you will have that. All right, we have the Hangman. Yeah, so this is what I was saying. It was a little bit complicated getting it out correctly with your future self, but this is what I was saying. To get started, like, now. You don't have to jump right in with the entire plan right now, but now is the time to start thinking about how you're going to make this plan move forward, how you're going to get things moving, and, start thinking about this transformation that you're going to go through. Because believe me, this is a huge transformation that is going to happen in your life. This is a huge glow up, a huge level up, and you want to really tap into your intuition. So you want to use these two things here, which, that's what it is. Because I was looking at this Chariot card, the person up here has their eyes closed. This figure down here has their eyes open, but these are closed over here. And so now I'm getting the full picture with the Chariot and the Hangman. Your future self is saying that this is going to require a combination of intuition and your intellect, and also a certain skill that you have. It seems like you have a certain skill. Yeah, you have a certain skill, and your future self is saying use that skill to your advantage. There's something about this skill that you have that nobody else has it the way that you have it, and that's exactly why it could be so prosperous for you. And I keep hearing the word prosperous. So I feel like what is so exciting for you, one of the things is that it's literally going to be very prosperous for you financially. All right, so you have the Hierophant. So definitely you need to develop a plan, and that plan, sorry, I'm trying to get your card straightened up here. Okay, and that plan is going to help guide you as you move forward. Another thing I'm getting with the Hierophant is this sense of freedom, because I feel that where you are right now could be too restrictive. So let's say if you're just for instance, okay, let's say if you have a corporate job and it's too strict, like you don't want to have to clock in at a certain time. There's just too many things with like production. You feel like some like micromanaging. It kind of feels like you're being micromanaged somehow, and you don't like that. Like I feel like you don't thrive in that type of environment, because the Hierophant is below change. And remember, I keep seeing this sense of freedom that you have with your schedule, with your day, with how you do things and when you do things and what you do. So I feel that there's kind of a break from a more traditional job or career, or maybe just like a break from you working under someone, whereas with this change and with this transformation and glow up, you're now the boss. You're the one who's making the rules, and you have freedom of movement. I feel like, oh, I can spread my wings and fly, with the butterfly here. So it seems to be like taking this leap of faith and this glow up is connected to this feeling of restriction. Your future self is telling me that you're feeling that sense of restriction right now, and maybe you felt it before, but now it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. The reason why it's becoming more unbearable is because that's your sign that, okay, it's time to move forward. It's time to, launch this idea that I have, or it's time to start thinking about it, devising a plan so that I can then take that leap of faith and move forward with this idea, this plan that I have. So here you have the High Priestess. Yeah, this is kind of what I was just saying. So with the High Priestess, there's something that you're not seeing yet. There's something going on here where you will get this information, like something where you are is not making sense. There seems to be a missing piece in your life or where you are currently. And I feel that that's what's going on with the Hangman and the Hierophant. I feel like there's a period of time where you're trying to figure out what would make me feel better, or this sense of, I feel so restricted where I am. How can I change this situation that I'm in? What can I do so that I don't feel so restricted? And, this is what I was saying earlier also, where the time is now, like get started on this today, tomorrow. And that doesn't mean that you have to jump forward with this idea, because I feel that you may not have the full picture of this idea yet. But what I'm seeing is that if you start brainstorming, if you start doing research about a particular thing, whatever this is here, a skill or talent that you have or an idea that you have, once you start immersing yourself in that energy, then things come to life. Then you can see how things are coming together, and you get information and things just kind of click into place. And it becomes very, very exciting, because then you start to develop this picture of how things look as you go forward. Yeah, see? Oh, you have a butterfly again. So you have the Ace of Cups. So this is what I'm talking about. This Ace of Cups is that idea that comes together. And, also it's showing that this restriction that you feel here with the Hierophant comes to an end when you start pursuing this idea that you have. It's a lot of things start to transform in your life, and this is your glow up, because right now there's this sense of restriction, and it could even, that restriction that I'm feeling could even be because you don't know how to go about getting this idea launched, okay? And that's why it's important that you sit and you start thinking and researching and brainstorming, because everything will start to come to you. And this is a great new beginning. Part of why this is so exciting is because it's bringing in great emotional abundance for you. You feel like you're in control of things. You feel like everything in your life is just overflowing with abundance because you are in control. You have the ability to plan your day and do things as you see fit. Of course, you'll have obligations and things like that, but you're the one who's dictating when and where and how you do those things. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is, what is so exciting here. This is something, okay, you're accomplishing something. You have an idea that you are creating over here, and you are so successful with this idea. There's something else going on here. Your future self is showing me why this is so exciting is because, first of all, you're doing this on your own. You're creating something. This is a dream that you have. So this dream that you have, it could be multiple things. Maybe a part of your dream is, creating a business out of something that you love doing. That could be part of the dream. It could be that you have a certain skill and you're finally getting noticed for that skill. You took a leap of faith, you put yourself out there, and you're getting noticed for that skill. Whatever it is with the Nine of Cups, this is a dream come true. So it could be that, what I was saying, how you're no longer restricted. Restrictions have been lifted. You didn't give up. You kept going forward even when it was very, very difficult. You kept putting yourself out there, and you're very successful. Very, very successful. Financially, emotionally, you feel great. You are, it seems like you're building this sanctuary in your life with your time. So with your career, with your work, you choose who's around you. You choose if you want to work alone. If let's say if you need to be on the computer, are you going to do that at home? Are you going to go to the coffee shop? You're going to go to, anywhere that you want to go. I just feel there's this great sense of freedom that brings you this, sense of satisfaction. Okay. You have the King of Pentacles here. This is exactly what I've been telling you. You're creating something. I feel you're creating a business. You're creating, what is the word? The word isn't coming through. Okay, future self. What is the word? Oh, there's something about luxury. And luxury means several different things in this case. So luxury with finances, absolutely. You have the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles is about as comfortable as you can get with finances. Okay, so yeah, very comfortable financially. But also the King of Pentacles had an idea. The King of Pentacles created something. And that is what I'm saying. You're creating comfort in all areas of your life. So in your home life, in your financial life, in your social life, in your work life, like what you're doing, you love what you're doing. You've created something on your own. And at this point, as the King of Pentacles, I see you looking at what you've created. As the Nine of Cups, I see you looking at what you've created here. All of this tremendous hard work you put into this, I'm telling you, it's a lot of hard work. Your very first card, the Chariot, the King of Pentacles, this is not for the faint of heart, but it's not, when you're doing what you love, that hard work is not the hard work that it would feel like if you were in this restrictive environment of the Hierophant, where you have to clock in, you have to clock out at a certain time, you have to answer to somebody, you have to do this, you have to do that. It is the complete opposite of that, because you are creating this and you absolutely love it. And I feel, I don't know for you what's more exciting, the fact that you have the freedom for your schedule or the freedom financially to do, what you want outside of your career. I'm not sure that they're kind of competing with each other for which one is more exciting. I think they might be equally as exciting. All right, so you have the Lover's card here. This is very interesting because it's below the Hangman and the Individuality card. What I'm feeling with the Lover's card, a couple different things. You have a decision to make. There's some kind of sort of sacrifice that your future self is saying you're going to be making here. For some of you, the sacrifice is going to come in the form of finances in the beginning. So for some of you, you might have a job right now where you're making amazing money, but it's too restrictive. And you feel like maybe you want to leave that job so that you can create your own company, so you can do things the way that you want to do them. So that's the sacrifice that you're going to have to make. For some of you, financially, you might not be able to spend money like you usually do for a little while because you might be living on your finances for a little while. Others of you, there's a sacrifice of letting go of fear, of going forward and pursuing this idea and not letting that fear hold you back. Others of you are going to have to sacrifice your time because you're going to be putting in a lot of hours to get something off the ground. So it just depends on your particular circumstance. But what comes out of that is the Lover's card, where you're pursuing something that you love and you just kind of fall into like the perfect environment because you create that perfect environment. With the Lover's card, I'm seeing that you're being divinely guided somewhere, and all of this hard work pays off. And we started your oracle cards up here with manifest, and what happens is you're manifesting it here. Like, it has come to life here. Your vision is like literally right in front of you. You're seeing everything is there, everything that you worked so hard for. So it's very, very exciting because it's at least as good as what you were manifesting. I have a feeling that it turns out even better. This is something that I keep feeling it can go global, it could go viral, and it just takes off. The Queen of Pentacles, wow, you have some powerful, powerful cards, especially for like if you want to start your own business, or if you have a skill where like you're being hired for this skill. Just incredible success, incredible success. You are building something that's just going to keep building. It's going to keep growing. There is just a lot of financial stability here, a lot of financial stability. And another reason why it's exciting is because you're in demand, for a talent, a skill, your business, whatever it is that you're offering, you're absolutely in demand. I feel like there's a sense of notoriety here. So people may know your name, or people may just know your business name, like your work, things like that. But yeah, you're building a very, very strong career that is not going to go anywhere unless you get tired of doing it and you want to retire or something like that. The Eight of Pentacles, I am telling you, you are doing something that you love. And look at this. Do you see here? So look at your first oracle card, how this person is creating this kind of spiky thing here. And then look at what the Eight of Pentacles is holding. It's that exact shape, the exact shape. So what I am taking this to mean, your future self is showing me with your first card, you have this idea that is starting to take shape, and this is your glow up that is starting to take shape. Now you're taking that idea and you're creating something with it. So this is kind of, I'm feeling like there's two phases. This is the phase, like the planning phase, especially with the Hangman here. And then here is the production phase where you're creating something, and slowly but surely you're getting noticed. You have a craft, you have a skill. There's something that you're doing personally that is getting noticed. And slowly but surely, you're going from just an idea to a massive glow up. Remember I told you with the manifest card where you can think bigger, you can manifest bigger, or that this goal, this dream ends up being much bigger than you originally thought. That is what I'm seeing happening here with the Eight of Pentacles. And I don't know what it is. I just keep seeing something going global, something going viral, like on the internet, or like let's say you have a particular product and maybe you offer like 5 different things, just for example, and one of those things hits and you have like, 100,000 orders of this particular thing. But it wouldn't that wouldn't happen overnight. It would be so that you're prepared to fulfill that many orders. You know what I'm saying? With this Eight of Pentacles, it's like a slow, steady progression of things that happen. The King of Cups. Wow. I love that the King of Cups is below the Ace of Cups, because you start here with this idea, okay? You have this transformative idea with the butterfly, and it's offering you multiple streams of abundance that we see with this Ace of Cups. And then what it turns into is the King of Cups, where you are self-sufficient. Especially the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. You're self-sufficient. You're living your dream. You feel like you're in the flow of life. You feel like you are in your sanctuary. Remember your sanctuary card? I feel your work is your sanctuary. I feel, your job is your sanctuary. Your home is your sanctuary. Financially, you feel like you're in a sanctuary because you have nothing to worry about financially. Everything is in flow. Everything is in balance. Your dream has come true here. I mean, it's really, truly very, very exciting. The Four of Pentacles. Wow. You are building something that's going to last a very, very long time. Your future self says, don't really focus on the timing of things, because you have divine timing playing a role in this whole thing. So as you're listening to this, don't be afraid to stay where you are currently if you have to. Remember with the Hierophant, I was talking about you might be in a job right now or in a situation right now that feels very, very restrictive. You don't have to just jump from that position or that job right now. It is perfectly fine for you to take your time, but while you're here, start today, start tomorrow on forging this plan, on researching, on writing something down, okay? Because just doing that alone is going to help manifest this huge change that you want. And when the time is right, you're going to know when it's time to move on and actually go into phase 2 of this plan and start moving forward with like the action part of this plan. And with the Four of Pentacles, that's what I'm saying. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to, slowly move forward with this process, because I feel that it is kind of a slower moving process for you. You have the cups, you have a lot of pentacles here. So it's like a moderate pace. You don't need to get everything done today, but your future self says you should start today because it's exciting. And the more you're in that excitement of this whole process, the more that you're, actively manifesting exactly what you want to see. And I truly feel like this idea, it gets bigger than you thought. In everything, like literally your whole life feels like a sanctuary because it's exactly how you want it. And that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Prehnite crystal, and your card is Momentum. It's also number 7. I feel like there is a great movement that will be happening in your life that's going to create this exciting message, right? Whatever this excitement is, I feel that it's coming out of this movement in your life. And I feel that when this idea presents itself, you're going to know exactly where you need to go, exactly where you're being led, because I feel like the universe is helping to direct you somewhere. And I feel that once you take off with this idea, you're going to know, first of all, you're going to know exactly when to pursue this idea. You're going to know exactly where to go. You're going to know exactly how to get there. And the universe is going to help you with all of this. Now, your future self is saying that to move forward with this process, you may need to release certain things that could be holding you down, that could be keeping you stationary. But they're telling me that releasing these things, I'm seeing it is that it's not going to be that difficult for you to do that. So like the way that I'm seeing it is, yeah, you could have a little bit of fear in letting go of these certain things, but it's kind of like once you do it, it becomes sort of like exhilarating. And so that sense of fear really only lasts for a short time. And then you have this great excitement about where you're going. I feel that also there's something here about timing. So I feel that you're going to know exactly when to make this move. And I don't know if this means anything to you, but it looks like this clock here, or this stopwatch, whatever it is here, it looks like it's at 8:49. So that could have some sort of significance to you. It's either 8:48 or 8:49. So that might mean something to you in the future. But basically, to summarize, there's a change in your life that's going to happen, and it's like gaining momentum. It's some kind of idea that you have that's gaining momentum, and it's like bringing about very, very exciting things and very exciting times for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? All right. Oh, you have number 22 and daydreaming. So this is a huge change. I feel like this is something that's going to just, create huge changes in your life. And there's something about being divinely guided into like your divine purpose or something like that, because number 22 is such a powerful number. So I feel that this is opening new chapters for you. I feel that you're going to be exploring like a whole new world. And I feel that you can dream as big as you want, because the universe is going to provide for you regarding this dream. So literally, I feel like you dream it, you manifest it, it happens. No matter how wild or outlandish it may seem to yourself in the beginning or to other people, you're going to have wild success with this idea. Okay, so we have number 31 and the grind. So does this have something to do with a new career, with you pursuing, a special calling that you have? Because I'm feeling like this is relating to your work or to a career that you want to start for yourself. And I feel like it's going to require a lot of effort. It's going to require a lot of thought and a certain amount of talent. I feel that you have some kind of idea for how to create something. And I feel that especially once you immerse yourself in like the details of this particular plan that you have, you're going to start to see it taking shape right before your eyes. Just like this person here who is baking. So I'm seeing this person putting all of the ingredients together, mixing it up, and then creating this, these pastries here. And so I think that there is a process with whatever it is that you're going to be accomplishing. But I feel that fairly quickly, you start to see results from all of this hard work that you're putting into something. So, it could be that you start something and then it takes off for you very quickly. Something could go viral, something could just hit, like you hit the market with something at the perfect time. Because remember, you have this hourglass here, so it seems like timing is very, very important with this endeavor that you have going on here. But I don't know, there's something about timing where you present this idea at the perfect time and it just kind of explodes from there. It's like your plan all of a sudden is in motion. And then we have individuality and number 53. So with individuality, I feel that you are pursuing something that you've always wanted to do, but maybe you never found the time or you didn't know how to go about it. The thing is, whatever reason why you haven't done this before is because it wasn't quite the right time yet. I feel that this could definitely be something that you've had in your heart for a while, something that's been in your mind for a while. But it seems like there was always something that was kind of stopping you, or something that was in your way, or you just never had the time. Something like that seems to have been going on. But all of a sudden, it feels like you're getting the green light, okay? Because you have the green here, you have the walk sign here. So it's like you're getting the green light to pursue something that seems to be in your heart, because this green color here represents the heart chakra, and then the work that this person is doing, is represented with the heart chakra. So it definitely seems like you're pursuing an idea, you're pursuing a passion, something like that, and you're getting the green light to go forward. And I feel like there's a certain pathway to go as you go forward. It's like there's certain things that need to be done in order to get to where you want to go. And I feel like you are being guided, like each step of the way. Spirit is there, your future self is there helping to guide you and protect you. You're also very protected as you go forward. What else? Okay, wow, this one really wants to come out. And I feel like there were 3 cards that wanted to come out. So you have an extra card in each oracle deck. So let's move these over a little bit. And was it this one? Was it this one that flew out? I don't remember where I put it, but let's look at this first. Ooh. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3 and progress. What did I just say? I kind of forgot what I just said, but it was something about, it was when I talked about each step of the way you're being guided. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I get like so involved in what I'm talking about that I can't remember what I said like 2 seconds ago. I think it was with the grind card where, remember I was talking about how this person here had this idea to bake these pastries. And so the person, put all the ingredients together, mixed it up, and then the next step is to, get it on the on the baking dish, and then put it in the oven. And so with progress, I'm seeing, like, that's kind of what I was saying here. Every step of the way, you're seeing progress. And so it's going to be like this cumulative situation where, you're putting in all this hard work, but at the same time, fairly quickly, you're seeing results from this hard work. I feel that if you're not seeing results right away, there could be something that you need to release, something that could be holding you back. Remember I talked about that with your first card. There could be something along the way that you need to release in order to move forward. So just keep that in mind. Your future self is pointing that out. As you're progressing forward, if you're not seeing some sort of progress, if you keep feeling like I keep working, I'm not seeing any progress. Evaluate things, because there could be something that you need to change, release something, replace it with something, or just altogether release something and move on. Okay, so we have 2255 with self-love. So I feel what this is talking about relates back to the grind card, because remember I was talking about the heart chakra here. And I think the self-love is not having, first of all, not having self-limiting beliefs. So number one, you can accomplish this. Your future self is here telling you that you do accomplish this. So definitely believe that, yes, you can accomplish this. It's also about, there's something about putting yourself first here and doing something for yourself, which is pursuing this idea that you have and knowing that like you're worth it, knowing that you can have this life that you dream about. Yeah, absolutely. And then we have 420 and relax. Okay, this makes sense. So as you go through this process, your future self is saying you don't have to get everything done all at once. Definitely you can take the time to like take time out, especially if you're doing something creative, or I mean, really, whatever it is that you're doing, the way that you're going to progress the quickest is if you work hard, but also if you take breaks. You can't just grind all day long. You need to also take those breaks. So I feel like your future self is saying, don't forget to take some time out for self-care, to relax, and to do something that makes you happy. Have fun in this process, because it's not all about the grind, okay? You definitely have a dream and a vision, which we're seeing come to fruition right here. But at the same time, take some time out. Like I'm feeling like this individuality card has a few different meanings. When we look at self-love, self-care, and relax, I feel like this person just went to, maybe had a spa day, or went shopping, or went out for a nice lunch or dinner or something like that. So take care of yourself throughout this whole process. And by doing that, you're going to have more ideas, you're going to be more productive, and you're going to see progress happen very, very quickly. I think that's why your future self was showing me a few minutes ago how each step of the way you see this progress. But in order to keep that progress going, you need to take care of yourself at the same time. So in order to take care of this dream that you have, you need to take care of yourself, okay? And then your dream is taken care of. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? An exciting message from your future self, pile number 3. I feel like these want to come out first. Oh, wow. So you have the Goddess of Cups. That is amazing. So this is the Queen of Cups. This is success. And I feel like what's happening here, remember we started with the daydreaming card here? And then look here. So here you have a daydream, but here you're looking at your dream right here in this cup. Okay, so your future self is telling you that what is so exciting, this exciting message that your future self has for you, is that your dream comes true. Whatever it is that you see for your future, whatever it is that whatever action you're putting in, whatever idea you're putting into action, it's coming to fruition. And I feel like you're climbing up. Like, do you see this here? I feel like you're like up leveling, you're increasing some kind of idea that you have where you're achieving your dream, you're on top of the world, you can see all the, like, you can sit back, you can look back and you can see all the hard work you've put into this particular situation, and you can see also how far you've come. okay? Because I feel like you're sitting here and you're looking back to here when you first launched this project, this idea, this plan that you have. So there's a great sense of success and fulfillment that's coming in for you. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. You have a great idea. This idea is going to be so phenomenally successful for you. You're building something that is your own. You're building something for yourself. And I mean, it's possible that you're building it for your family as well, but ultimately this idea is coming from you. And you put in the hard work. You came up with the idea. You're the one that was grinding and grinding every day trying to get something off the ground, quite literally, because here you have this balloon and it wasn't in the air until it was off the ground, right? And so that's what you're doing. This is not an easy process. It's not for the faint of heart, but you are pulling it off. I mean, there is great abundance coming in for you, great success, great emotional success, great financial success. And like, look at, you have the rainbow here. It's like you're getting the pot at the end of the rainbow and the rainbow. It's pretty amazing and very exciting. Yeah, look at this. Now you have the Queen of Swords. You had an idea. You have a fabulous idea. This idea that you have is like gold, okay? It's literally a golden idea. It's like your golden ticket, okay? And you're making progress. Look at how this is below progress. 1, 2, 3, progress. So I feel that your future self is there's something very important here about launching a project, launching an idea, and knowing when to do it. Did some of you try to launch this idea before and something weird happened, something came in and did something to your progress, or like something, it seems like something happened before? Your spirit guides are telling me that you're seeing things differently now. You either make a change in something, or maybe you've already done that. But they're saying that you're ready. I mean, look at how confident this Queen of Swords is. You're very confident in your idea. You're very confident in your abilities. And also look at these two cards. So with daydreaming here, you're at the beginning of this idea. You're trying to figure things out, which you do, but look at how you end up. Do you see the difference? It's like over here, you're like, yeah, that might work. Let me keep, moving some ideas around in my mind and see what sticks. Here, you're like, oh no, I know exactly what I'm doing. Because here, this is what's so exciting. Do you see the level of progress? Here, you've made it. Here, you're successful. And here, you have more ideas about what you want to do next, how you're going to expand this idea, or maybe you're going to launch something completely new. And then we have the Son of Pentacles. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. Do you see what I'm saying here? Where at this point, you're ready to launch a new idea. So I feel like, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, and excuse me, and what we see here with the grind is that you've created something on your own. So I would not be surprised if you are an entrepreneur, or if you like started a new career. Some of you might be a chef. You might be like a pastry chef, or just a chef in general. Some of you might have like a bakery or a coffee shop, something like that. Of course, those are, just examples. That's not going to apply to everybody. But so what I'm seeing with this Knight of Pentacles is that you achieve some sort of dream that you have. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, or you have launched into a new career that you really, really love. there is a sense of whatever it is that you're doing, you can kind of put your own spin on things. You know, kind of like if you're a pastry chef, depending on where you work, you probably have some sort of creativity where at certain points in time, you can create your own pastries, you can create your own type of desserts and things like that. So somewhere, whether you own your own business or not, you seem to have a level of creativity and a little bit of freedom with what you're doing. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like you get to this particular point here with the Queen of Swords, and then you have this brilliant idea to branch out in another form or fashion. So I have a couple of examples for you here. So going back to what I was saying with the grind card, let's say that you work for a restaurant and you're a pastry chef there, and you have an idea here to expand, right? And so in that case, you might want to open your own restaurant. You might want to open your own bakery or something like that. So that's one example if you work for someone else. If you work for yourself here, then what I am seeing with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles is that you have an idea to expand within your own business or possibly start a second business. And the thing that's so exciting about this part is that you went through so much hard work over here. And so you already kind of know a lot of the process, and you can kind of cut that part out a little bit. That part is not going to be as difficult as it was in the beginning because you kind of know what you're doing now. So that's good. And, you know, even if you work for someone else here, you could kind of see like the process of knowing who to order from, like who your vendors are and how to get your product and how much to order and things like that. So up until this point, there was like a learning process. So it makes this second part much easier. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Wow. I think really all of the piles today were just so incredibly successful. It's amazing. So you have the Nine of Cups. This is success. This is your dream coming true. This is also showing how grateful you are. Look at how grateful this person is. Like, I am so grateful that I am where I am. Look at how strong this person is also. It's like, you know, just all of that hard work, that grind that you put into this. And also another thing that's happening here, you've been very, very successful with the first part of whatever you have going on here, okay? You can relax a little bit now, because as you start the second part of your future, like I said, you know things now that you didn't know before. So it's a little bit easier than it was in the very beginning. So you can, you know, relax a little bit more. You can take more time out for yourself and for self-care. You have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this makes sense too, because I feel that as you progress forward, there's a sense of you having a team around you, having people around you who you trust. So let's say that you're expanding your business, or maybe at this point you're starting your own business. Like I said earlier, you might work for someone here, but then here you decide to kind of open your own business or something like that. And so it's like you have a team of people around you who support you, who you trust. And it's just like this second part is slowly but surely becoming more and more successful as you go forward. See, I'm telling you, you have the Fool card. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You get to this level of success here. So some of you right now, see, this is part of the exciting message that you might not see right now. You get to this level of success here, but then you have a second idea, okay, which leads to more success over here. And then here, this is you pursuing that second idea going forward. Like, you've already built a lot in the background here, but you're ready for more. It's like you're hungry, you're thirsty for more, and you're going to accomplish more. So I feel like 22 and daydreaming, I feel that the 2 and 2 is very significant, how you have 2 different dreams in your future that your future self is excited to tell you about. Okay, so here you have the 5 of Pentacles, and what I'm feeling here is relating back to that daydreaming card and this momentum card when I was telling you that you need to get it off the ground, right? And you may not know how to get it off the ground, but the answer is like right in front of you. There could be something that you need to let go of, something that could be holding you back, because look at this 5 of Pentacles. So look at it like that, okay? So you have the tree that doesn't have any leaves on it, but then you look at it like this. And so it's about changing your perspective. But also look here, you have this gate here, which could be holding you back from something, right? So I feel your future self wants you to know to pay attention to what could be holding you back. If you're trying to launch something and you're having difficulty getting it off the ground, why is that? Is it that you have the wrong elements together, or is it that there's something in your life that is distracting you? Whatever it is, when you release that, then you are free to move from this side to the other side of the fence where all the pentacles are. Wow. So you have the Goddess of Wands. This is the Queen of Wands. You absolutely have an idea, something that you want to pursue. I mean, beyond a doubt, you have an idea. I want to pursue this. I want my life to be this certain way. And it's a passion that you have. And remember I said, it seems like you could have, like, there's something kind of creative behind this. On one level or another, I'm getting a sense of something being very creative, but it's something that it's just great passion. And as soon as you step into this energy, everything starts to come together. The universe starts to support you. And also just with, you know, stripping it down to just the base idea. This is a great idea that you have. Very, very great idea. It's going to be well received. The universe, your future self are telling me that, you know, go forward with this idea. It's going to take you to it's going to take you into the life that you've always wanted. Feeling financially secure, feeling emotionally abundant, feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, feeling like you have a purpose in life. I feel also you're making connections with certain people, like very strong friendships, possibly business partnerships, this 3 of Pentacles here. Oh, I wonder if that's part of what it is for some of you. That second phase, I feel the first phase you're kind of on your own, but the second part of whatever this is, I feel like you might expand and you might have a partnership, like a business partnership with someone. Yeah, ooh, very exciting. The 5 of Cups. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. There's something that could be holding you back, something that maybe, so this can be something in your personal life that could be holding you back, that could be distracting you from your purpose, from pursuing this passion that you have. Another thing that could be going on here is if you tried to launch this before and it didn't work, your future self is saying, don't give up. Maybe you need to change your perspective. Maybe you need to look at things differently and shift something a little bit, because there, like, if you're worried about something, there's really no need to be worried about it. I'm getting a similar energy from the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups, because remember when I said about the 5 of Pentacles, it's kind of all about how you look at something. and realizing, like, what is it that's holding you back? Because whatever is holding you back can be removed, it can be changed. So again, with the Five of Cups, you need to look at all sides of the issue, especially because you have the Queen of Cups over here, which the Queen looks at the cup. The Queen examines all sides of an issue. So that seems to be very, very important here. Make sure that you look at all sides of an issue, especially if you're feeling like you're not moving forward, okay? You need to examine things in your life because there's either something that you need to change slightly about this idea, or there's something that you need to let go of in your life so that you are free to pursue this idea. And then you have the Justice card. Yeah, I'm getting it again here. Could be something in your life that is throwing everything off balance. It could be throwing your energy off balance. It could be something with your idea that's not quite right. But once you recognize that and you take the sword and you release it, then you have balance, and then you're free to move forward on this path here. It's important for you to take your emotions out of it, whatever this is. If there's, something in your personal life that's holding you back, it's important that you take emotions out of it, that you look at the situation and you identify what the problem is, and then you may need to cut ties with it, whether it's a person, it could be a job, it could be a place, it could be any other thing in your life that's holding you back. And this could also be where if you're having a problem with this idea itself and you can't seem to gain momentum with it, this can also mean where you need to take a critical look at things. You need to take your emotion out of it, and you need to evaluate things and figure out, what is it that needs to change here so that I can move forward? And once you do that, regardless of what the particulars are of your situation, there's movement forward. Okay, I got 2 cards. Okay. You know what? That's been happening a few times recently. Very interesting. So we're going to set that one there, and we'll look at that one also, but we'll look at this one first. Look at all the extra cards that you have. Okay, I'm telling you, this is what I was just talking about, the Eight of Swords. I feel that, especially getting this card, there could be something along your path that's holding you back. And the important thing here, this is what I pointed out with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. It's not really holding you back. You need to change your perspective on things because you're not stuck. You're not trapped. This can be changed. Now, it may be a little bit stressful going through this process because the Five of Cups has a tier and the Justice card has a tier. So it could cause a sense of anxiety as you identify what needs to be released from your life. But it's truly keeping you grounded, and not in a good way. Whatever this is, because this is a balloon here and the balloon is like stuck to the ground. So it seems like there's something that you need to release here. So if you want to start your own business, if you want to pursue something here, you might not be able to do that unless you let go of a current job that you have. And maybe that's going to be really scary and really painful because you really love that job, but your future self is saying it's necessary to move forward. It's necessary for you to let go of something to become the person that you're supposed to become. And look at the cards you have here. So you have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Very, very powerful energy. And it doesn't matter the gender of the queen, right? We're just looking at the energy. Very, very powerful energy. Very powerful. I love that these 2 cards were stuck together because this Nine of Pentacles is the perfect card for a couple things. It's the perfect card to summarize the level of success that you're going to have, but it's also the perfect card to come after the Eight of Swords here, because remember I told you something could be holding you back from your true potential. In the Eight of Swords, I'm showing you the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Eight of Swords. Your future self actually is the one showing you that when you release this thing that's holding you back, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is one of the most successful cards in the deck. This is you achieving that dream that you had over here, okay? You've achieved it twice now. You've achieved it with the Nine of Cups, and now you're achieving it with the Nine of Pentacles. Do you know what that's telling me? Remember, you have two things going on here. You have like phase 1 and phase 2. This is telling me that you're successful with phase 1, and that's why you launch phase 2. And you are incredibly successful with phase 2 as well. I mean, abundance. Your future self is like, you have no idea how successful this is going to be. It's going to take off and you're going to love your life. And just so you know, your future self pointed out again that you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Financially, you are going to be set. You will have nothing to worry about. So financially, in the very beginning, it might be a bit of a grind. You may feel like you're working much harder than the money you're bringing in, but your future self says that is going to change drastically over the what is it called? over the progress of this situation that you have, this dream that you have. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching and good luck.